Hello and welcome back to the Wellness Journal by Villa Krause Skincare. Today I have the massive honor of being joined by Jenny Albrecht. Jenny, thank you for being here with me. You've been part of the Villa Krause family for many, many years, and you've been named Woman of the Year multiple times. So, can you tell us a bit more about yourself and how did your journey in the beauty industry start?
Thank you, Carmen. It's a very, very great privilege to be online with you. I appreciate your efforts. Where do I start? I have been in the Villa Krause industry for about 23 years now. I live in Krugersdorp. I've got a beauty salon here. I've been married for 28 years, got two wonderful kids, 23 and 25 years old, two boys. My journey started, I was in the corporate world for many years. I'm in the banking industry. It was very stressful, brought a lot of work home, couldn't sleep at night. And I just felt at one point I needed to work for myself. If I could work as hard for myself as I did for this company, I could just be more flexible and make more money, etc. So then my sister-in-law actually started a little nail salon, and I just thought if she could do this, so can I. So I went for some wax courses, for some facial courses, massage courses, and I said to myself, I'm going to start a salon, and I'm giving myself 1 year to resign. So the lady who did the facial course for me, she told me about Villa Krause and that I should look into the product. So I did. I went for training and I just fell in love with the Villa Krause family. They treated me like family. I just felt at home. They loved the Lord and I just felt at home there. So I started, I made a little party at home with about 20 people. I sold enough products to buy myself a dem kit. And from there, the rest is history. I just started selling products on the sideline while I was still working. And after 1 year, I resigned and started my own business. And I've never looked back. I just had the time to raise my own kids. I had much more flexibility. Yes, it was hard work in the beginning, but yeah, it was all worth it. And it was something I did for myself. So that's basically where my journey started.
Love to hear that. It's always so inspiring hearing the stories of how everyone started. And of course, you are always one of the top performers at the Villa Krause Award ceremonies. So, what do you think has allowed you to stay so consistent over the years? What do you think is the difference between short-term excitement and lasting growth?
That is a big thing because short-term excitement is my thing. I like to do something new every 3 to 5 years. I once went teaching as well, and I thought this is the job I was made for. It was my calling. But yeah, it also only lasted 5 years. I think the big word here is perseverance. You just push through, whether you feel like it or not, whether it's going well or not. Perseverance is a big thing for me. And then a pastor once taught me, you just keep on doing the right things right, and then that will make you successful in life.
Love that. And you've worked with so many clients over the years. What have they taught you about women, beauty, and things like confidence and aging?
I think women love feeling worthy and pretty, and it's getting more difficult in the current times we live in. Um, Natural aging, I think, is something that gives you real beauty and real confidence. And I think real beauty comes from within. I've seen over the years, if people realize their self worth and they realize who they are and that they are unique, that kind of shines through over products and over makeup and over artificial beauty. So I think that's what clients taught me. And yes, you have to do things right. You have to do your facials and do your skincare routine and all that. But you have to realize that um, beauty is something from within.
And what do you think is something that a woman can do to cultivate inner beauty like that?
I think looking after yourself, self-care and self-love, and I'm not talking to myself as well, because we tend to, think so much of other people. We worry about our kids and our marriages and our clients and our jobs and making money and all this that we kind of leave ourselves behind. So I think taking care of yourself, exercising, eating healthy, uh, doing stuff for yourself that you like, hobbies, playing golf, whatever it might be, and then spending time with God. He's the only one who can really make you realize who you are and what He made you for and what you were born to be.
Yeah, it's very spiritual and you get to a point where it's about way more than just what you put on your skin and even what you put in your
Yes,
body. It's also what you fill your soul and your mind with. I completely agree.
true,
When
true.
we talk about skincare consultants, what do you think women are really looking for when they come to you, when they come to a consultant?
I think clients are looking for the truth and solutions that really work. I think people are tired of marketing gimmicks and quick fixes that don't really fix you up quickly. So I think people are looking for honesty, and when it comes to products, real proper ingredients that actually gives you solutions to your problems.
Yes, I agree. How has your understanding of beauty and aging changed over the years, or has it stayed the same?
No, I think it's changed a lot. I think it's become a lot artificial in a way, more about outward looks, and people compare themselves with each other. And I think when you're younger, you compare yourself a lot with other people, and I think when you get a bit older, you start realizing just compare yourself with yourself, and improve yourself. And yeah, so I think also people are looking into more natural ways of aging. People are going back to nature and just you know being more natural and aging naturally. But yeah, there's a lot of pressure out there when it comes to beauty. We compare ourselves to film stars, and we need to look pretty and be skinny and all that. And sometimes we lose ourselves in that process.
I read an article the other day. I can't remember the exact statistic, but they said that people today, with our cell phones and with movies that we watch, we see on average like 120%, or it was over 100% more attractive people than people 50 years ago.
Yes,
And so we think that
true,
everybody out there is like perfect and attractive, and we compare ourselves to that. But actually, normal people are just normal, but we're constantly bombarded
true.
with like the prettiest people. And so we think that it's normal to look like that, but it really isn't. It's about natural beauty, like you said. And I think for me,
That's
the
true.
first step is realizing that normal people actually look normal and that you can
Yes.
calm down and not everybody is perfect. You're not behind in that way.
Exactly, exactly. I used to teach the children in school. It all depends who you compare yourself to. If you compare yourself with rich people, you'll always feel poor. If you compare yourself to skinny people, you'll always feel fat, etc. So yeah, you have to choose who you compare yourself to.
Yeah, that is really well said. Getting back to the business aspect for a second. So, what do you think is the secret to building trust with clients and keeping them loyal, not just for a term, but for the long term?
I think for me, a big thing in my business is customer service. People, especially in our country, want service. You have to do what you say you're going to do. People also want quicker service. They don't want to wait 2 weeks or 3 weeks for products. So I believe in keeping stock in my salon. If someone needs something, they need to get it now. And then, like I said, honesty. People want to know the truth. If you don't believe in a product, don't sell it to them, things like that. So honesty, and then customer service. Go the extra mile. I very often go to my salon after hours to give people stuff because they can't get there in business hours. You just go the extra mile for your clients. That's come a long way, and then persevere in what you do. So I keep on sending WhatsApp. Some days I feel, oh, I'm sending 3 WhatsApps a week through a broadcast list, and I'm not getting any response. But then sometimes people who haven't bought from me in years will just show up again and say, oh, I saw this. You're still sending me WhatsApps. Can I buy this? And then they get onto the bandwagon again because people shop around. They think there's better salons out there, there's better products out there because of all the social media. And if I just continue being in their faces, like I call it, yes, I remind them that I'm there all the time, and then they rock up eventually.
That is actually an interesting point. I'm curious to know whether you have multiple experiences of people maybe coming back after trying out other things and saying, like, no, actually, Villa Krause is for me. I want to come back to this product.
Yes, very, very, very often. People jump on all kinds of bad. I've even had family members going on to other products because they think it's going to be better because of social media. And yeah,
Traders.
they just come back. Yeah, they just come back every time saying, "Oh no, This doesn't do it for me. Even me at one stage when I didn't have work for a while, I was changing careers and what. I also tried a cheaper product because I
Mhm.
couldn't afford this anymore. And there's just no comparison. This is the most affordable, most active, most anti-aging product I've ever come across, and I've been on other products as well. So no, people come back definitely because of the quality, because of the affordability, because of the integrity of the product, definitely.
Yeah. Even for me, when I'm traveling for such long times outside of South Africa, my skincare gets less and less, and eventually I have to start buying the stuff off of the rack wherever I am. The
Yes,
moment I get back onto Villa Krause, it's like 3 days and my skin looks like normal again. I swear it
absolutely.
is magic. I
Yes,
I
and you
miss my
glow.
product.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
yes,
and you glow.
exactly.
Yes,
Exactly.
that's true.
Um, so has there been difficult seasons in your business, and how did you persevere through them? Since perseverance is the word.
Yes. Oh, yes. I've had many difficult times. I get bored easily with stuff. So, like I said, I like to do something new every 3 to 5 years. So it's difficult to stay in a business for very long. But then on the other hand, you also get so knowledgeable in your area or in your type of product that it gets easier. But I remember COVID, for example. Gee, that was a difficult time for everybody. But you have to be creative in difficult times. You just get creative. I remember I called myself the courier guy during that time because Villa Krause made a way for us to be able to sell the product still. We were allowed to sell it. So I just went from door to door and delivered products during COVID. So I kept my business running. I didn't sit back and say, we can't sell this or I can't open my salon. You just have to find creative ways to get through that. So yeah, there's difficult times and also people with economy and petrol prices and they can't afford it anymore and they can't come for facials, they don't have money. There's ways, just offer them some cheaper options. That's the nice thing about Villa Krause. There's always like a cheaper, just as good an option if you can't afford the most expensive serums. That's nice about the range that it's so diverse. And yeah, you give discounts on the facials or you give them 2-in-1 things to use and whatever. So there are ways to get around it. You have to just persevere.
I relate to what you said about getting bored with things. So then I'm curious if you've been in the Villa Krause family and in the beauty industry for over 20 years, how do you not get bored with that
Well, I have another business as well, something
then?
totally different. I'm also in the mining supply industry. So
Oh, what?
I also
Worlds apart.
yeah, and then I also sell the Argila pottery on the side. So
Mm.
yeah, I do other things as well. I started a year or so ago also selling some supplements. So I find ways to help myself not get bored. Yeah, and then you've got other stuff to do. You've got your hobbies. I like knitting dollies for charity. I like playing golf. So yeah, I try to keep myself sane. But yeah, some days, any job for that matter, you get your mundane things to do, your admin, things you have to just do every day. But sometimes it's also nice, just relaxing in the comfort zone of just doing the same thing. I find with age, getting older, it's almost like the comfort zone is very comfortable. So yeah, it's you have to just find ways to entertain yourself, if you can call it that.
I may ask, I'm curious what a day in your life looks like because you're doing so many different things and then you're balancing that with having a family and looking after your own health and having hobbies like playing golf and knitting, which I find so amazing. So, how do you do it? How do you fit everything into one day?
I at one stage I struggled. I burned out a lot of times in my life because I am a very much of a control freak. So I like doing everything myself. So I had to learn to delegate and to surround myself with people who I know I can trust to do the job. So I've got my best friend doing the treatments now. I used to at one stage do everything myself. I was my own accountant, my own receptionist, my own um, you know. Uh, therapist, everything. So I've got a receptionist now who helps me with admin, and the therapist doing the treatments. But yeah, the nice thing about working for yourself is flexible hours. So,
Yes.
some nights at this age, we can't sleep. So I get up sometimes at night and do admin, for example. And then I can go to gym any time of the day. So, I just choose my own time. If I get up early in the morning and I can't sleep, then I do some admin. And then, you make time for your family and for cooking and all that. But the fact that I'm not bound to business hours gives me much flexibility, so I can just do things when I want to do them, which is amazing.
I think there is something very motivating in having the bigger why of like, this is my business. This is something that I'm
Yes.
working for myself. It's my freedom that I'm working for. Whereas when I was working a full-time job, I feel like I had a lot less intrinsic motivation because when it comes
True.
down to it, I'm making money for somebody else. But when I start working on my own thing, I can work all hours of the day. I will wake up in the middle of the night to
Absolutely.
do admin because it's for my own
Yes.
thing in my own life that I'm doing that. I think that's
Absolutely. I can like go play golf on a Wednesday the whole day, and then I can on a Saturday or a Sunday afternoon I can work. So it's really where if you've got an office job, that's just not a possibility. You have to
yeah.
get everything done in certain hours. That's true.
Yeah. What qualities do you think all top performing consultants have in common?
I think they're all very, very motivated. They're great marketers. I know not everybody can market. You can learn to, but it's kind of a born-in thing, I think. And then also, I think knowledge is a big thing. I think they are very knowledgeable about the product. And then I personally think, I do hope so, is that all consultants and the top performers use the product. Because if you use these products, you will sell them, or you would want to just give them away to everybody. So I think being a user and just having the knowledge of all the ingredients and all the things it does for your skin and for your life, you will outperform everybody else. So I think that's the main thing.
Well, that's such a perfect segue into my next question. What are some of your favorite products that you use?
Oh, this is something that can keep us busy for 5 podcasts. I want to say all of the products. I actually counted them at one stage, just between my shower and my mirror, my bathroom mirror. There's about 30 products that I use on a daily basis. So it's difficult to say, but yeah, I use the volcanic rock to scrub my body with, the cleansers, the scrubs, the purple shampoo and conditioner, the hair serums, the brown lash growth serums, the body lotion, and obviously the skincare, all the I use about 3 or 4 serums a day. I love a serum. The freshener, actually sometimes spray the freshener all over my body, not just on my face. So yeah, I can't single out one product. I know you're going to ask me that later, but and I will try. But no, I love all the products, and there's a place for them. I actually, when I started out, I said to myself that I am going to try every single product in my Dem kit because I want to know what it feels like, even if it's not for my skin type. So I have had stuff on my face for pigmentation, which I don't have, just to feel the tingling or whatever. I've had products on my face for dry, mature skin, and I have an oily skin, just to feel what it feels like, so I can explain it to the client. So I think that's a big thing. You have to just know all these products and feel them and experience them for yourself. Then you'll be able to tell people about it and tell what they feel like. I think over the 23 years I've been with Villa Krause, there was only about 1 or 2 products that I really did not like. Um, but for the rest, it's amazing. So yeah, that's what I did.
That's an incredible tip. I always love hearing the one or two things that a consultant says in one of the interviews that I've never heard before. And that's something I've never heard before is to really like try and put every single product on your skin because you're going to sell it at the end of the day. So
Yeah,
you
of
need to
course.
have those warnings of, oh, this is going to tingle a bit or this is going to burn or whatever. It's a
Yes.
really good tip.
Yeah. Yeah. If you don't do that, then you're going to have to lie to your client because she's going to
Yeah.
ask you, is this creamy or is it watery? Is it oily? Is it going to give me a breakout? And you won't be able to answer that if you haven't tried it.
Yes, exactly. After all these years in the business, what still excites you about Villa Krause and the future of the company?
Oh, Villa Krause is like family to me. They treat us like family. They always ask for our input in everything. They are always at the forefront of all new ingredients, new technologies. Always so awesome when clients say, "Oh, I saw this on TV," like for example, hyaluronic acid or whatever. Then I say, "Oh, yeah, we've had that serum for more than a year or whatever." So it's nice to be part of a company that we know um, is just at the front of ingredients and technology and all that. And then the fact that they have integrity. Like I said, they're like family. I know they serve God and they do things with honesty and integrity, and that helps to sell the product because there's so many lies out there in terms of marketing. And yeah, so I'm very I'm stuck for life with this company. I would never be able to work for another skincare company. It's just not. So yeah, that excites me. That's it's like my family, and I know what they're doing. The lab is brilliant. The formulators of our products, I know them personally. I know they know what they're doing. They're super intelligent. They're just with it.
Oh, that it kind of made me a little bit emotional, like, 'cause I think my grandma would have
Sure.
really loved hearing that. Oh, it's such a nice answer. Thank you, Jenny.
Yeah, and your
Um,
grandma was the greatest inspiration ever.
hmm,
She always believed in empowering people, empowering women, and letting the sun shine on other people. Then the sun will shine on
hmm.
you, and that's totally what this company stands for.
Yeah, and she if there's one
Sorry.
word that c no, it's good tears. If there's one word that describes her, it's integrity, so that's really nice. Thank you for
True.
that. What advice would you give to a woman worrying about aging or wrinkles or entering a time of her life where she feels like her body is changing?
Well, we are all there now. Yeah, I think we just need to realize that God made every person unique. The wrinkles He's given you and the genes He's given you, He's given you for a reason, and you should just embrace it. Like I've got these forehead wrinkles, and I get that from my dad who died years ago. So it reminds me of him. I once saw, I think it was a Nivea advertisement on the TV years and years ago that said, this little laugh line was when your kid surprised you and did this, and this little frown line is this what happened in your life. So I think wrinkles say something about you, and it helps you express yourself. And I can't imagine myself without these wrinkles on my nose. It's just who I am, and it makes me express myself. I don't know. So for me, it's just yes, we all want to have less wrinkles and look better all the time, and it's part of life. But no, I think I've come to a stage now where naturally aging is a brilliant thing, and you can do it well. And looking after yourself, using good products, you can age better than other people who doesn't do that. But yeah, just embrace who you are and accept who you are and just love yourself.
Yeah, exactly. I had a friend about a year ago. I met her in Buenos Aires, and I remember she was this beautiful girl. She was, I think, 29 or something. But something about her face, I couldn't put my finger on it, but something just seemed wrong, especially when we were having a conversation. And I couldn't figure it out. And then one day she told me that she had a little bit of Botox in her forehead. And I remember thinking, that's why she had
That,
like
yeah,
her forehead didn't move when we were speaking or when she was
yes,
laughing.
yeah,
So not to bash on anybody who chooses to get that, like, that's all for you. But I do think there's something
yes,
to say for the new natural aging movement, the movement of not
mm,
it's not anti-aging, but it's just aging gracefully, aging as well as you can. And I
yes,
think that's something that
yes,
I really like. That I think a lot of skincare companies are getting to that point where
yes,
why fight something that is part of you that happens to everybody? And especially it's
yes,
so skewed towards the female market because like men is like, okay, yeah, you can age. You look better
yeah,
when you age, but the anti-aging
yes,
products, it's all marketed towards women. But I think there's a shift
yes,
coming and I like that.
yes. And just on that point also, we've done a campaign once. I think we took pictures of consultants 20 years back when they started selling the product and what they look like now. And this product's accumulative effect, if I think that's the word, over the years is just amazing. I know people are looking for quick fixes. You want your wrinkles gone tomorrow. But I've seen with my mom and all my family members who use the product, over the years, they actually look almost better than they did a few years back, just because of this skincare routine they have and the great products they're using. So long-term effects of this product is, for me, just it's mind-blowing. It's mind-blowing,
Yeah.
and that's what you want. You want to look better over years, and you want the effect to last. It doesn't help,
Mhm.
inject something and a month from now it's gone again. So that for me is nice about the product.
Yes, I mean, I remember when I was 1 meter shorter 10 years ago, and I was like, however old I was, all the consultants who I'm interviewing on the podcast now, which by the way I love. I love that all the taddies and the people who feel like family and extra moms to me are now the people I get to interview. But I mean, you and like Tani Celeste and Tani Anne, you all look exactly the same. You look
Oh,
exactly the
thank
same
you.
that you did 10 or 15 years ago. I truly, it's mind-boggling to me. So it's true what you say.
Yeah, that is true.
What are some of your top skincare non-negotiables? Something you cannot compromise on?
For me, it's a toner. And I know we're making all these cleansers now that's pH balanced. You don't need a toner. I love my toner. It just refreshes my skin. It puts moist back immediately because I use like a gel cleanser, which kind of can give you that a bit of a dry feeling, but clean. So a toner for me is, I said to you now, I spray the toner everywhere on my body sometimes, on my knees and my elbows and all those places. But yeah, toner is non-negotiable for me. And then serums. I love a serum. A serum is just like, I know Chantal always explains it as the compost that you put in a vase of flowers. It just penetrates into deeper levels of the skin. Your skin absorbs it. It feeds your skin. So I love serums, any kind of serum. Yeah, and then neck and bust cream, I love. It's a non-negotiable for me, because that's the part of your skin that gets a lot of sun, a lot of weather damage. You can't put your foundation over there. You put clothes on every day. So for me, that's also a non-negotiable. Oh, no, I'm starting to have more than one non-negotiable. All of the products are
Give them.
non-negotiable. Let's
I
stop
love
there.
that. Okay, so before we finish up, I want to ask you my favorite question. Is there one thing that you wish you knew at the start of your career that you know now about business or skincare or just life in general?
I actually have mentioned this already in a way. Um, for me, like I said, I'm a bit of a control freak. For me, is to let people in to help you. Um, Train more consultants, have more salons under you, have people in your salon helping you. It's very difficult for me to delegate because I feel I'm the only one who can do this right and get it right the first time type of personality. But the more people you have, the more passive income you have, and the more time you have. So the more people under you who can help you, the more you can focus on other important things like marketing or spending time with a client who needs your time rather than your product type of thing. So yeah, letting go a bit, let be and let God type of thing. Yeah, so stop being so in control. I wish I could have let more people help or let more people in earlier in my career. Um,
At what point did that become easier for you?
it's still not easy. It's very difficult, but yeah, no, it's still not easy. But I think with age, it became easier. And I just had to realize I can't do everything myself. That will just make you burn out and make you lose control. Trying to control everything, including your children and your life and everything in your life, will just let you lose control more and more and more.
Yeah, well said. Jenny, thank you so much. This has been so inspiring. I've learned so much from you, and thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule to be here.
Thank you so much, Carmen. It was a pleasure.
You just listened to The Wellness Journal by Villa Krause Skincare. I will catch you next time.